Ladies and gentlemen, we are testing out the queen of the streets. I don't know, I just made up that name. But we are testing out the Porsche 911 today. And this thing is so iconic in so many ways. And I've not yet brought it. So let's test it out. It's only 320,000 crew bucks. And it is a street tier 1 vehicle. But let's just get straight into buying this thing. What color does it look best in? I don't know. I mean, the red. I think the red, right? Yeah, it's got to be the red. We'll stick with the rims as they are. And yeah, 320k for a street tier 1 vehicle. It's about average price. Hopefully it performs well. But firstly, it's straight into the customization. And do we want to go for a more metallic red or something? I don't know. Actually, no, we'll leave it as it is. But let's get into the visual parts. So we have 6 hoods to choose from. Uh, not the greatest, not the greatest in the world. We'll go for that one. Why not? We have 16 front bumpers to choose from. There's just a lot of lights going on, man. There's just a lot of lights. I do like that, but it's too dark. It's just a little bit too dark. Let's which one was it? That one. Let's go with that one. 2 front fenders, a little bit of a wide body. Yeah, go on then. We have red calipers, of course. We'll go with that one. There we go. My eyes weren't working there for a second. We have 3 side mirrors. I do like the old side mirrors, but I do like that one as well. You know what? We'll go with the newer ones. Why not? We have 2 skirts to choose from. I do like that little bit, so we'll keep that as it is. 2 rear fenders. We will add that for the wide body effect. We have 4 rear wings. Hideous. Absolutely disgusting. Which one do we go for? I do like the rear. What's it called? I forgot the name of it. Wow, windscreen wiper. That's it. I do like the rear windscreen wiper, but that one is a little bit more clean. We'll go with that one. Why not? We have 12 rear bumpers to choose from as well. Not the greatest. None of this is actually too good in terms of customization. I won't lie. I do prefer either this one or this one. We'll go with this one. And then interior color we'll just keep. Or do we? Yeah, we'll keep it as red. We'll just go for red seats and then go for a little bit of wood. There we go. But yeah, the customization wasn't too great. I won't lie. I was expecting a little bit more, but let's see what this thing can do in terms of performance. And let's add some performance parts on first. So of course 600 parts are going on because it is a street tier 1 vehicle. And with 600 parts now on, this thing has a top speed of 181 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds, brake distance 60 to 0 is 23.1 yards, and it also has 554 horsepower. Okay, enough of me talking, let's test out this vehicle and I will see you at an event in a second. Here she is, the 911. And this thing does sound nice as well. Let's see if it performs well though. Okay, yeah, the 0 to 60, you can definitely notice it, the 4.4 seconds, but once it gets up to that 60 miles per hour, it does go off. And what's our top speed again? 181, I think. Okay, let's see if we can actually reach that 181 if we can. And what's the handling like? That's not too bad. Not too bad. It's quite gliding. I wasn't expecting it at all. I hate that there's like this divider in the middle of this event. Should have picked a different event, but I'm just a clumsy driver, so I'm just always crashing into the barriers. But so far, this vehicle feels okay. Doesn't feel like the best vehicle in the world, and it's fairly expensive for a street tier 1 vehicle. So you are expecting something almost not mind-blowing, but very, very good. But this thing does handle pretty well. The brakes are pretty good as well. It's not the fastest vehicle in the world, but no street tier 1 vehicle. Oh, I just absolutely lagged there. I don't know why. But yeah, no street tier 1 vehicle is like the fastest in the world, so can't really judge any vehicle based on that. I'm just focused more on the handling because it almost, like I said, glides. Feels like a drift vehicle at times. Like if I take this corner here, yeah, the brakes are very good. That's one thing I'll say, the brakes are very good on this vehicle. I mean, the handling's alright, but you definitely It just feels more suited to drifting, and of course pro settings can change the feel of the handling, but base, it just feels like, I don't know, an off-brand drift vehicle so far. That's what it feels like. And this event is quite long. I didn't expect this event to be quite long. We literally just entered our second lap and we're just about 2 minutes into it. But it gives me more time to focus on the vehicle, which I guess is nice. Sometimes I'll be rushing it. But brakes again. Okay. It wasn't okay. Maybe the handling is not the best. Maybe that's what I figured out here. Maybe the handling isn't the best, but speed wise it's fairly average, and brakes, I don't mind the brakes, to be fair. The brakes feel pretty solid. And I mean as well, come on. This thing looks amazing. It's the classic 911. This thing is iconic in so many ways. Obviously you got like the 911 Carreras now and stuff like that, but sometimes it just doesn't beat having a classic version of a vehicle, especially such an iconic vehicle as well. And they've done a pretty good job modelling this vehicle in the Crew Motorfest. That was a better turn. That was a much better turn. But yeah, this thing looks absolutely gorgeous, especially with the Hawaii, not sunset, the backdrop of Hawaii and the palm trees and the sky and everything. This thing looks perfect here. How did Germans make this vehicle, by the way? How? It looks too nice to be made in Germany. Nothing wrong with Germans, but come on, like, they don't have the best taste in the world. Their some of their architecture is questionable, to say the least. But yeah, they've done well with the 911, very, very well. So I can't hate the Germans too much. But here we go. The finish line is up ahead. There we go. The 911. It was a decent shift, not the best, but it's time to give you my final verdict. This is more like the German weather now. The rain has started to come down. But yeah, I mean, this vehicle, it wasn't the best Street Tier 1 vehicle I've ever tested out. It was very average. Probably the best thing about it was the brakes. The brakes were very, very good. The handling felt a little bit off, and it wasn't the fastest vehicle in the world either. I'm gonna be honest, the customization of this thing was horrible. I didn't enjoy the customization one bit, but to be fair, a plain 911 just looks good anyway, so you don't really need too much customization. And the price, it was a little bit on the expensive side for a Street Tier 1 vehicle, but I mean, it's not too expensive, like 380k was it, or something like that. So it's not too expensive in the grand scheme of things. But I mean, out of 10, I would use this vehicle again, but I don't know. I'm going to give it a 7.2 out of 10. It's just very, very average. 7.2 I think is fair. And of course, if you have used this vehicle, tell me what you think of it down below in the comment section. Way down there, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.